Welcome to Climb English. Before we begin, I want you to do something simple. Pause everything else. Sit still, close your eyes for a few seconds, take a deep breath, and ask yourself this: am I living my life or just letting it pass me by? Most people wake up, check their phones, go through the same tired routine, and sleep again. Days turn into weeks, weeks into months. Suddenly, years vanish, dreams fade, confidence dies, and the voice inside starts to whisper, maybe this is just the way life is. But I'm here to tell you, that voice is wrong. You were not born to just exist. You were born to grow, to build, to rise. And learning English? It's not just about vocabulary or grammar. It's about unlocking the doors you thought were closed. It's about taking back control of your future. It's about becoming the version of yourself you always dreamed of: bold, free, unstoppable. But that version of you doesn't live in the future. It lives in this exact moment, right here, right now. This video isn't just another lesson. It's a mirror, a wake-up call, a chance to stop being a passive observer and become an active creator of your life. So listen closely, not with your ears, with your heart, with the pain you've been hiding, with the dream you buried but never forgot. This is your moment. Let's begin. Let me tell you the truth that nobody wants to hear. You're not killing time. Time is killing you. Every second you waste, every hour you scroll, every day you say, I'll do it tomorrow, you're not just being lazy, you're giving pieces of your life away, pieces you will never get back. You think you have time, but time is the one thing you can't earn more of. It's slipping through your hands silently while you keep convincing yourself you're too tired, too busy, or not ready. Yesterday is already gone. What did you do with it? Did you use it to move forward, to grow, to become better? Or did you throw it away like it meant nothing? The harsh reality is this: your dreams don't care about your reasons. Life doesn't slow down just because you're not ready. And if you keep wasting today, you will look back one day full of regret, asking why you didn't start when you had the chance. Time is your most valuable currency. Every minute you invest in learning, in speaking, in showing up, that's how you buy your future. Treat every hour like gold, because your time is your life. Don't waste it. No one is coming to save you. Not your teacher, not your parents, not your friends, not some magical app. This journey, it's yours. Completely, painfully, beautifully yours. You say you want to speak English fluently. You say you want a better life, more freedom, more confidence. But let me ask you something real. What are you doing about it? Watching videos and nodding your head is not enough. Taking notes and doing nothing with them is not enough. Waiting for someone to motivate you is not just useless, it's dangerous. Because while you wait, life keeps moving. People love to blame. I didn't go to a good school, my family doesn't support me, I don't have time, but those are just walls you've built around yourself. The truth is, you're not trapped, you're just scared. You're not stuck, you're just stalling. The world doesn't owe you a single thing, but it will give you everything if you decide to earn it. This is your life, your responsibility, your future, and it starts the moment you stop expecting someone else to carry you. No one is coming to do it for you, but you don't need them. You've got you, and that's more than enough. People say English is just a language, but they're wrong. English is a superpower. It's not just something you learn, it's something that changes your entire world. When you speak English, you're no longer limited by borders. You can study anywhere, work anywhere, live anywhere. You can watch any video, read any book, understand any message. You can connect with people from across the globe. English doesn't just open doors, it breaks walls. The walls between you and opportunity, the walls between you and your future.
Think about this. There are jobs waiting for you, communities waiting for you, knowledge, income, power, all just on the other side of this skill. And you're holding the key. But the key is useless if you've never turned it. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to know every word, but you do need to believe that your voice matters. You need to speak even if your voice shakes. You need to try even if you fail. Because this skill, it can take you from invisible to unstoppable. English is not just a subject. It's your weapon. It's your passport. It's your power. Use it. Let's be honest. You already know what to do. You know you need to practice English. You know you need to stop wasting time. You know the actions that would change your life. So what's stopping you? Excuses. I'm too tired. I'm too old. I don't have time. I'm shy. These are not facts. They're lies.
Lies your comfort zone tells you to keep you small. And the more you repeat them, the more you start to believe them. Until one day, you stop trying altogether and say, maybe it's not meant for me. But that's not the truth. The truth is, you're afraid. Afraid to look stupid, afraid to fail, afraid to feel uncomfortable. So instead of facing that fear, you dress it up as logic. You call it being realistic. You say, maybe next month. But we both know what that really means. Never. Excuses don't protect your dreams. They kill them. Silently, slowly, completely. So it's time to face yourself. Call out your own lies. Stop saying you can't. Start saying you won't, and then choose to change that. Because your excuses are not your voice. They're just noise. And it's time you stopped listening. Your comfort zone feels safe, doesn't it? Watching videos without speaking, studying grammar but never using it, listening quietly but never raising your voice. It feels warm, familiar. But let me tell you the truth. That comfort is a trap, a silent, slow death for your potential. Every day you stay in that zone, your dream shrinks a little. Your confidence fades. Your courage weakens. And worst of all, you start to believe that this is who you really are. But deep down, you know better. You know you're meant for more. You feel it, that fire inside that refuses to die. You say you want to speak English fluently? Then speak. Make mistakes. Mess up. Look awkward. Feel embarrassed. That's where real growth lives. Outside the lines, outside the rules, outside the safe little bubble you've been hiding in. Because nothing great ever came from playing it safe. Nothing powerful was ever built without risk. You were not born to be silent. You were not born to stay small. Your comfort zone is lying to you. It says you're safe, but it's slowly killing your future. Break out. Be brave. Be loud. Be imperfect. But most of all, be free. Later is a beautiful lie. It sounds soft. It sounds smart. It feels safe. I'll do it later becomes the excuse that makes you feel okay about doing nothing. And before you know it, later becomes tomorrow, tomorrow becomes next week becomes never. Let's be honest. How many times have you told yourself you'll start learning English next Monday? You'll start speaking when you feel ready. You'll practice when life gets easier. And yet here you are, still waiting, still making plans, still standing in the same place. Later is not a plan. Later is procrastination dressed as logic. It tricks you into believing you're not quitting, just postponing. But deep down, you know the truth. You're scared. Scared to start. Scared to fail. Scared to admit that you're capable of more. But time doesn't care. The clock doesn't pause just because you're not ready. The world keeps moving, and if you don't move with it, it will leave you behind. So stop lying to yourself. There is no perfect time. There's only now, this moment, this decision. You can either keep waiting for someday, or you can finally start building your dream today. Your greatest enemy is not your accent.
It's not your grammar, it's not your job, your past, your schedule, or your lack of money. Your greatest enemy is you. It's the version of you that says, I'm tired, I'll do it tomorrow. The one that whispers, it's okay to skip today. The one that tells you to quit, to stay small, to stay safe. That version lives inside your mind and it fights you every single day. But here's the truth. There's another version of you, a stronger one. The version that wakes up early. The version that practices English even when it's hard. The version that doesn't care if people laugh because they know where they're going. And every single day, these two versions go to war. One wants comfort, one wants greatness. One wants silence, the other wants growth. And the one that wins is the one you feed. You have to choose. You have to fight. Because no one else can win this battle for you. It's not you versus the world. It's you versus the weaker version of you. And if you want to change your life, you've got to win every single day. Thinking is useful until it becomes your prison. Most people don't fail because they're lazy. They fail because they think too much and act too little. They wait. They plan. They imagine every outcome, every mistake, every possible failure. And in that storm of overthinking, they do nothing. You say you want to speak English fluently, so you watch videos, you read posts, you take notes, you organize your study schedule. But when it's time to actually speak, you freeze. You wait for the perfect sentence, the perfect time, the perfect version of yourself. But perfect never comes. Your mind can be your greatest tool or your deadliest trap. And the more you stay stuck in your head, the less you move forward. Success doesn't come from thinking about it. Success comes from doing it. Jump in. Speak out loud.
Record your voice. Say it wrong. Get it wrong. And then get better. Not someday. Today. Not when it feels safe, but when it feels real. You don't need more motivation. You don't need another plan. You just need movement. Don't think your way into action. Act your way into progress. Watching will not make you fluent. Listening alone will not change your life. You can watch 1,000 videos, repeat 100 lessons, and fill notebooks with grammar rules. But if you never speak, you will never grow. Most learners hide behind passive learning. They say, I'm preparing, I'm building confidence. But the truth is, they're afraid. Afraid of being wrong. Afraid of being laughed at. Afraid of hearing their own voice and realizing it's not perfect. But here's the secret. No one becomes confident by waiting. Confidence is the reward, not the requirement. You don't learn to speak by thinking about speaking. You learn by speaking, out loud, in real time, even if it's messy, especially if it's messy. Because every mistake you make brings you one step closer to fluency. Every awkward sentence is progress. Every stumble is proof that you're moving forward. You've been watching others speak for too long. Now it's your turn. Your voice matters. Your effort matters. Even if it's quiet at first, even if no one hears you, say something. Don't just watch this video. Speak with it. Speak after it. Speak through it. Because your voice is not waiting for perfection. It's waiting for permission. Give it. You become what surrounds you. If your environment is filled with noise, distractions, and people who don't care about growth, then no matter how big your goals are, they will slowly fade. Not because you don't have the potential, but because you're trying to grow in the wrong soil. Learning English isn't just about studying harder. It's about building a world where English lives with you, breathes with you, moves with you, every single day. Your phone shouldn't be your enemy. It should be your classroom. Change what you see. Change what you hear. Follow creators who speak the language you want to master. Fill your feed with English. Turn your background noise into background learning. Surround yourself with voices that pull you forward, not ones that hold you down. And people, they matter. If the people around you laugh when you speak,
or mock your effort, they don't deserve access to your journey. Find those who encourage you, or walk alone until you meet them. You can't build a powerful version of yourself in a weak environment. So start building your world like your future depends on it, because it does. Let's face it, social media is stealing your future. You say you don't have time to practice English, but somehow you always have time to scroll, to check, to refresh, to fall into an endless pit of reels, likes, and useless videos that give you nothing except regret. Every minute you give to distraction is a minute taken from your dreams. You're not just losing time, you're losing fluency, confidence, momentum, and the worst part, you don't even realize it, because these apps are designed to feel like comfort, but they're silent killers of progress. You want to improve your English? Then open your mouth, not your feed. You want to build a better life? Then stop watching theirs. Because while you're double-tapping someone else's success, your own goals are starving in the dark. This is your wake-up call. Set boundaries like your life depends on it, because it does. Trade 1 hour of scrolling for 1 hour of growth. You'll be shocked at the difference it makes. Social media won't make you fluent. Discipline will. And every time you choose growth over distraction, you're not just learning English, you're becoming the version of you that finally wins. You keep telling yourself, I'll start when I'm ready. But what if that day never comes? What if waiting to feel confident is the very thing stopping you from ever becoming confident? The truth is, you'll never feel 100% ready. Not to speak English, not to chase your dreams, not to become the person you're meant to be. And that's okay, because readiness isn't a feeling, it's a decision. You decide to begin before you feel prepared. You move forward while you're still shaking. You act while fear still sits in your chest. Waiting for the perfect moment is the fastest way to stay stuck forever. There is no perfect moment. Life doesn't pause until you feel good enough. The world doesn't stop spinning until you stop doubting yourself. It keeps moving, with or without you. So what now? Do you keep waiting? Or do you show up messy, unprepared, nervous, and do it anyway? Because the people who succeed aren't the ones who had it all figured out. They're the ones who said, screw it, I'll start now. You don't need permission. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to begin. And the right time, it's not next week. It's not tomorrow. It's now. You've been hurt.
Maybe you failed an exam. Maybe someone laughed at your English. Maybe you tried to speak and your mind went blank. Maybe you feel like you're not smart enough, not fast enough, not good enough. That pain, it's real. But what you do with it, that's where the power lives. Most people try to hide their pain. They bury it. They fake smiles. They pretend they're fine. But deep down, they're tired. Tired of pretending. Tired of carrying a weight no one else can see. But here's the truth. Pain can destroy you or it can build you. The strongest people you admire, they didn't avoid pain. They turned it into fire. Every time life punched them, they punched back harder. Every tear became fuel. Every failure became a reason to rise. So stop running from what hurt you. Look it in the eye. Let it teach you. Let it push you. Let it remind you what you're fighting for. Because pain is not weakness. It's the beginning of transformation. And when you stop hiding your scars, you'll finally start seeing them as signs of strength. You've suffered enough. Now it's time to rise. In every family, every group of friends, every classroom, there's always one person who breaks the pattern. One person who rises above the noise, the fear, the doubt. One person who says, I'm not going to live like this forever. Why can't that be you? You look around and see others improving, growing, becoming more confident. You think, they're lucky. They have something I don't. But the truth is, they just decided. They made a choice to stop being average, to stop being afraid, to stop waiting. They chose to become the one who changes everything. So stop asking why it hasn't happened for you. Stop thinking it's impossible. Stop lowering your expectations to fit the people around you.
You weren't born to be invisible. You weren't born to stay stuck. You were born to lead, to grow, to inspire, even if no one believes in you yet, even if they laugh, even if you're the first one in your circle to take this path. Be the one who does what others don't. Be the one who doesn't give up. Be the one they talk about years later, the one who changed everything. Why not you? Comparison is the thief that quietly steals your joy. You scroll through videos and see someone speaking perfect English, clear accent, confident words, thousands of views. And suddenly, everything you're doing feels small. You start thinking, why can't I be like that? What's wrong with me? And just like that, your progress disappears under the weight of someone else's highlight reel. But here's the truth no one tells you. You're comparing your behind the scenes to their polished performance. You didn't see their failures. You didn't hear them when they first started, when their voice shook, when their sentences broke apart. You didn't see the nights they wanted to quit, the days they felt like frauds. You only see the result, not the journey. Comparison doesn't motivate you, it crushes you. It makes you blind to your own growth. And if you keep measuring your path with someone else's ruler, you'll always feel behind. You don't need to be better than them. You need to be better than who you were yesterday. That's it. Your race is with your own reflection. So look in the mirror. That's your only competition. Focus on that and you'll win every time. You keep wondering when your life will change. You keep hoping for something big to happen, a lucky break, a sudden boost of confidence, a perfect opportunity. But let me tell you something real. You don't need a miracle. You just need 1 year of pure focus. 1 year where you stop making excuses. 1 year where you choose discipline over distraction. 1 year where you commit fully, not halfway, not sometimes, not when you feel motivated, but every single day. That's it. 1 year of showing up for yourself. 1 year of speaking English even when you're tired, even when no one's listening, even when it's hard. People overestimate what they can do in a week and underestimate what they can do in a year. Because real change takes time. Not forever, but time. And if you gave yourself 365 days of honest effort, you wouldn't even recognize the person you are now. Imagine what your English could sound like. Imagine the confidence, the freedom, the opportunities. It's not impossible. It's not even far away. It's just 1 year of your life. And if you're serious, truly serious, then that year starts now. You keep waiting for someone to choose you, to recognize you, to believe in you. Maybe a teacher, a friend, a stranger online, someone to say, you're good enough, now go. But here's the truth. No one's coming. No one is going to knock on your door and hand you your dream. And the longer you wait for that moment, the more of your life will pass you by. You were not put here to be chosen. You were put here to choose yourself. The most successful people in the world didn't wait for permission. They didn't wait to be noticed.
They didn't wait until they were perfect. They stood up, often shaking, often unsure, and they said, I'll do it anyway. That's what you need to do. Pick yourself. Pick yourself when no one claps. Pick yourself when no one sees the effort. Pick yourself even when the voice in your head says you're not ready. Because you are. You are ready to begin, to build, to lead. And once you choose yourself, the world won't be able to ignore you. Don't wait to be invited to the table. Build your own and sit down with pride. Fluency isn't found in perfection. It's built in failure. You won't get there by memorizing every rule or watching endless lessons. You'll get there by doing the one thing most people are too afraid to do. Speaking. Out loud. In public. And getting it wrong. Yes, you'll make mistakes. You'll say the wrong word. You'll forget the sentence halfway through. Someone might laugh. Someone might correct you. But that's not failure. That's learning. That's growth in real time.
Every stumble teaches you something a textbook never will. You learned to walk by falling 1,000 times. And you didn't stop because you fell, you got up again and again. Why should learning English be any different? The secret is not in never failing. It's in failing forward. Speaking today, failing today, learning from it, and speaking again tomorrow. Not because it's easy, but because it's worth it. This is the cycle of mastery. Speak, fail, learn, repeat. The ones who succeed aren't the ones who never fell. They're the ones who fell 10 times and stood up 11. So go ahead, speak, mess up, try again. That's how fluency is built, not in silence, but in the courage to keep going. Close your eyes and picture the person you want to be. The version of you who speaks English with confidence, who walks into rooms without fear, who takes action, leads conversations, inspires others. That version isn't a fantasy. It's your future self. And they're waiting, watching, wondering when you'll finally stop delaying and start becoming. Your future self isn't built through luck. It's built through decisions, the small, quiet choices you make every single day. Every time you choose to study instead of scroll. Every time you speak instead of stay silent. Every time you show up, even when you don't feel like it. But here's the truth. Your future self can't wait forever. If you don't move toward them, that version of you begins to fade. And instead of becoming the person you were meant to be, you become a story of what could have been. You don't need to become someone new overnight. You just need to take the next step. Speak one sentence. Learn one new word. Win one more day. That's how the future is built. Because one day, you'll meet that version of yourself. And the question is, will they thank you for starting today? Life doesn't owe you anything. Not fluency, not confidence, not success. It won't reward you just because you're a good person, or because you've been through a lot, or because you really want it. That's not how this world works. You get what you fight for, what you bleed for, what you show up for, every single day, even when no one is watching. You can sit there and wish things were easier, or you can stand up and decide to become stronger. You can complain about how hard it is, or you can look in the mirror and say, hard is not an excuse. Because the people who win at anything, including English, don't wait for perfect chances. They create them. They don't wait for handouts. They build their own path with their bare hands. This journey isn't fair. It's not meant to be, but that's not the point. The point is, are you willing to fight for the life you say you want? No one's going to hand you the crown. You have to earn it. Day by day, word by word, step by step. Life doesn't owe you a thing, but if you refuse to quit, it will give you everything.